Two decent builders build buildings for a build battle. Let's go. Picking a random block from my inventory, I picked gold actually, so I wanted to make something out of gold. The first thing that came to my head was that little trick where if you take a raw gold nugget and you flip it around, it looks like a little duck. So I thought, what if I made a duck house? I made a little prototype of a duck because, yeah. It didn't look so good, so I retried. Making the layers, I started from the bottom, and then I started making a ring, connecting that ring to the bottom, and then just kind of making it more of a sphere, then an oval, etc., and then making a tail and a head. And it turned out like that, so it didn't turn out so bad, but it wasn't exactly what I was looking for. Plus, I realized that the gold look didn't exactly look good. So I retried with a bigger version, which was probably going to be my complete edition. So I started with the bottom, then working up. Each ring I made just a bigger and bigger circle until I reached the middle, and then I started shrinking down again, making that. So after that, I actually had to make the head, because the head, a duck has a head, etc. It's more of a rubber duck anyway, but, So I started making the head out of a pretty simple shape, accidentally giving it a Giga Chad head, but I deleted the jawline and it went pretty smoothly from there. After giving it some finishing touches, like deleting the little edges around it, I could finally add the little bill that it deserved. I just made it pretty simple. It was just, 2x3. After that, I took a look at my amazing creation and I realized that it was kind of bad, but, what if we just work on the tail, If it probably would look good after that, just cover it up, yeah, it still looks bad. But, this is a house, so you have to work on the inside, right? Entering the inside, I remembered two things. One, that I actually didn't give it eyes, so I gave it eyes, which actually looked pretty good. And two, that it was really dark in here. And three, that glow squids don't glow for some reason. That is in their name. Why don't they glow? I don't know. But after that discovery, I finally discovered frog lights, which actually looks really good with the build. So I started making frog lights and just lighting up the build a bit, and then I actually finished the floor afterwards, just, After finishing the floor, I actually fully lit it up, for real this time. And after I did that, I actually had an important decision in front of me. It was the theme. So the theme of this build had to be good. So the theme could really be anything plus, because it's a rubber ducky. Originally, I was going to do a little pirate theme because I thought it was simple, it was easy, it was nice, it was just, yeah. But eventually, I actually wanted to do a nature theme because I thought that it would be a nice comparison between the life in the duck, like the environment and the ecosystem, and the kind of factory-made, kind of processed death. But this isn't an essay, so I wanted to make it easy. I chose pirates because it's just going to be easier, it's just going to be simpler, so I did that. So yeah, make the floor and the roof. I wanted to take the bottom of the barrel texture, and I wanted to, use that because I thought that looked pretty good, and it also kind of fit that pirate theme. So I started to work on that. Here I made my first mistake. My first mistake was realizing that I had made it too short. If I had actually followed through with this, then it was going to be way too low to the ground, and it was going to be claustrophobic, weird, awkward, etc. So I started to break the stone floor and redo it. Here I made my second mistake, and the biggest time waster of the entire project. You see, I had made the roof for the first floor, and it looked pretty good, but now I actually had to make the floor for the next room. Now this was actually pretty difficult, because you have to place the barrel on the block that is facing the place that you want the texture of the bottom of the barrel to be facing. Now that was kind of difficult, because if I was going to do that, then I needed to be between where the barrels were going to go and where I wanted to place the barrels. Now, I had no idea how to do this at the time, but now in the future, I actually know that you can actually sneak and you can get that little position to place the barrels, yet you can still be in the position. So I had to delete the entire thing and restart, which was a terrible mistake. I don't know why I did that, but I did it wasting like 30 minutes of time. But aside from that, I got back to work on the floor/roof, determined to make it look good, and there was more mistakes, yes, but eventually I got it done. Jesus, that took me so long. To say that it took me a long time to finish this would be an understatement. And to say that I sped up the recording would be an understatement as well. But aside from the blatant misuse of time, everything was going pretty smoothly. Now that I finished the roof and the floor, I started working on the sides of the build because I didn't really want the sides to be kind of this bright yellow that they were. I looked at the barrel texture and I actually found out that the side of the barrel actually looks pretty good as well for the side of the ship look I was going for, you know, the pirate theme. So, you saw where I was going with this. Yeah, I filled the sides with a bunch of barrels, making it look like more of a pirate ship rather than a weird kind of pseudo duck with a pirate inside. After finishing the sides of the build, I actually finished the floor using a debug stick and, you know, the same kind of texture as the floor/roof. Then after that, I actually started working on the actual room itself, filling it with more props and decorations like gold and just like, I wanted to fill it with more life. I wanted to give the room more life, I wanted to give it more meaning, I wanted to actually make it more of a house, which I never did, but, you know, I kind of wanted it not to be just an empty room full of just barrel textures. When I finally finished the first room, getting all the player heads and stuff like that, and getting all the commands, I actually ran out of time because my other friend, who was making a very cool build, actually finished, and he was just waiting for me, and he was wondering why I was taking so long, which, it's because I was an idiot, and I wasted all my time. But that's okay, I think it turned out okay enough that I could show it to him, so here goes. Because I don't have the actual audio clippings from the build battle, because Discord doesn't do that, I just have to tell you what happened, and hopefully you can believe me. When I tore down the wall, I saw his amazing build. It was great, the landscape was pretty, and I think it looks pretty good, so, naturally we just tore mine first, because, I don't know, we just did. when he was inside, he thought it was okay. It wasn't that good because I did finish the second floor and the first floor wasn't even that good. But you know what? It was okay. It was fine. When we toured his house was really cool. He toured me through it, showing me kind of a kitchen and then, you know, like a whole observatory and an entrance, etc., etc. It was really neat. I thought that it was really cool. So we both agreed that he had won the build battle. So that concludes the video. Go check him out on youtube.com/Waspel because he's a great YouTuber and he actually uploads. But yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.